What up, everybody? Moneyball Investing here. I want to cover Coinbase. I took a position in this company about a month ago, got in at around 247 cost basis. Stock has had has been on a tear over the last week or so, mostly driven by news that they're going to be releasing their own NFT marketplace. And also, I think anticipation for Q3 earnings. Stock has gone up almost 20% in the last 5 trading days or so. So I kind of want to cover what Coinbase is, what they do, the platform, and why I'm so bullish. And I also want to cover why I think this could be both a trade or an investment. And if you're looking for exposure to crypto, this might be a really good option for you. But first, if I just want to let you know, this is my newsletter that I'm kind of starting out, totally free. I do deep dives into the companies that I'm looking at, and typically I hold them. So feel free to subscribe. Again, totally free, and feel free to subscribe to the YouTube channel as well. I'm going to be doing videos, mostly going over these deep dives of the companies that I like. Okay, so what is Coinbase? So let's first talk about financial services just in general. Investing, payments, peer-to-peer payments, stuff like that. Oftentimes, very cumbersome process, inaccessible, very expensive. There's a lot of fees that the banks tack onto these kind of services. And they're regionally isolated, right? I mean, basically, if you want a full end-to-end solution for banking solutions, some of these are not available in certain countries or certain areas of the world. And so what I'm kind of getting at here is that the legacy financial system is kind of struggling to keep up with what I'm calling the velocity of technological advancements in sort of an increasingly digital interconnected society. And where Coinbase enters is that it's already a natively digital financial infrastructure, but it's powering the crypto economy. Okay. So, in the early days of the internet, think about it this way: Google democratized access to information through a user friendly search engine. Basically, anyone with an internet connection could go to Google, type in a question, find the answer. Very easy. Coinbase is basically doing the same thing, but for the crypto economy. Anyone with an internet connection can easily and securely invest and use crypto assets on their platform. And I'm even going to show you what their platform looks like and how easy it is. So, who is Coinbase? Who are Coinbase customers? Well, you've got retail users, which are just everyday people buying and selling different crypto tokens. But they also have institutions and ecosystem partners on their platform. And this is really interesting because it creates what I'm calling a flywheel. And what that means is that retail users and institutions store their assets on Coinbase, which in effect drives liquidity for the Coinbase platform. And that allows them to expand the depth and breadth of the crypto assets offered on the platform. What does that really mean? Well, if you're a Coinbase customer, you will get notifications from them that say, hey, Shiba Inu token is now available on Coinbase, or such and such token is now available. And so the more liquidity, the more trading and the more buying and selling and activity is on their platform, the more liquidity they have, which allows them to invest into the business and put more assets and build out more products for their user base. So that's what I'm saying here, that this allows them to launch new products and services that attract new customers. And I'll get into that in a second. So, the company has only been around for about a decade, right? It was founded in 2012, and they've established themselves as the de facto leader powering the crypto economy. And this brand equity has fueled a myriad of ecosystem partners. They have hundreds of thousands of partners that connect with Coinbase's millions of customers, which further enhances the value of the platform. This is a really nice graphic down here that I pulled from their investor relations presentations. And so again, customers, they have a safe, easy to use platform, which makes their customers trust them. So then, when customers trust, what happens? They typically, word of mouth, they start using the product, the platform more. They get more customers. More customers leads to more liquidity, which allows them to put more assets on the platform and develop new products. And that keeps customers sticky over time with more options they have. And check this out, individuals, businesses, and developers, look at all of these products that they offer. I mean, this is insane. And, they're just getting started, right? I mean, this is where they're at today. And they have all of these different kinds of services for retail traders, businesses, and so here's the interface, right? This is Coinbase Invest. It's very easy to use. I think they've done an outstanding job simplifying the process to invest in crypto. All you need to do is click buy or sell, which cryptocurrency. So in here, I kind of have a dummy transaction. I'm going to buy $1,000 of Bitcoin. I'm going to pay with, I choose my bank, preview buy, and then they usually, before you buy or sell, they'll send you a code to your phone, so that you have to, it's kind of like a two-factor authentication kind of thing, just to ensure that you want to do this transaction. And it happens immediately. Again, unlike a traditional bank, when you're trying to transfer money from one account to another, or you're trying to pay a bill, it could take several days for that stuff to post. Coinbase, right away. You want to buy Bitcoin, it'll show in your account immediately. Your bank account gets debited, your Coinbase account gets credited. They have Coinbase Card. They send and receive. You can do this thing called staking. I don't want to dedicate this video to all these different products, and there are a ton of really good videos on YouTube that go over staking and how you can earn rewards using the Coinbase platform or other crypto platforms. What I really want to get into is the financial results. So I kind of have this truncated income statement here, and I'm going to go through this. So I have the full year 2020 results and then year-to-date 2021 through Q2, right? Q3 hasn't been released. Check this out. The company generated $1 billion of trading volume in 2020. See right here, trading volume 989 million. I'm rounding up, saying it's $1 billion. This equated to 1.1 billion in transaction revenue and 1.3 billion in total revenue. So you see transaction revenue 1.1 and then total revenue 1.3. And what I think is really interesting is that the majority of transaction revenue has come from the retail side as opposed to the institutional side. But I guess you could say that that kind of makes sense, right? I mean, 2020 was a crazy year, right? I mean, there was, as I have down here, there was meme stocks to the moon, aspirations, just kind of casino style speculations fueled by Wall Street bets. And many of these wagers revolved around Bitcoin and other crypto assets. So there's no doubt that Coinbase directly benefited from this dynamic. I think going into the IPO, the main question was, can they keep this pace up? And here's what's kind of amazing, right? You take a deeper look into the financials, and you can just see in the first quarter of 2021, so not year to date, not for the first half, for the first quarter of 2021, Coinbase surpassed its total transaction revenue when compared to 2020. I'll show you. They did 1.1 billion in transaction revenue in all of 2020. Just in the first quarter, they did 1.5 billion. Again, mostly from the retail side, but look at this growth in the institutional side, going from 25 to 85 million. That's more than a triple. But look at this. They did 1.5 billion in transaction revenue just in the first quarter, and then for the first half of the year, 3.5 billion. And again, some pretty nice sequential growth on the institutional side as well, from Q1 to Q2. So this was all this growth was driven by kind of just a ton of activity in the retail user base. And although we're in the very early innings of crypto, these results serve as indicators that more and more people are embracing crypto as an asset class, and they're turning to the Coinbase platform. Moreover, given the growth in subscription services and other revenue, the user-friendly interface that Coinbase offers is propelling network effects as more people take advantage of the suite of services offered. That's what I meant when I said, they kind of have this flywheel approach, right? Where did I say that? Yeah, this powerful flywheel. What they're effectively doing is cross-selling. They get people onto the platform typically to just buy and sell and use crypto. But then those same users start earning rewards. They start using Coinbase Card. The institutions are using Coinbase for analytics to look at which what's the activity in specific cryptocurrencies. Where is it going? Super interesting stuff here, right? And you can see in all of 2020 their subscription revenue was only 45 million. Just in the first half, it's nearly at 160. So just astronomical growth. They've already done $4 billion in total revenue just in the first half of the year. And guys, this is I gotta hit this home here. This does not have all the activity from NFTs baked in that sort of started to blow up over the summer and into the fall, right? I think we're gonna see some pretty astounding Q3 results, especially with all this activity going on with Ethereum and Sol, which is used to purchase NFTs most of the time. And so again, this powerful, kind of flywheel approach here allows Coinbase to keep their sales and marketing costs low as a percentage of revenue, reinvest back into technology side of the business, technology and product development, and in turn, that provides users a better experience and keeps them sticky. I mean, check this out. Sales and marketing is as a percentage of revenue, only 9%. They spent 57 million in sales and marketing in 2020, and they did $1.1 billion in transaction revenue. In the first half of this year, they've already spent over 300 million, but that's pretty typical, right? I mean, they just went public, they raised a bunch of cash. A lot of that cash was used for sales and marketing purposes, but they have 10 times the amount of transaction revenue. You would spend 300 million if you could get 3.5 billion in revenue in return. Let's get into NFTs and how it's kind of a potential growth driver for the business as I see it. So, I would say that meme stocks haven't disappeared, but 2021 has kind of introduced a new asset that's garnered a lot of attention, which is non-fungible tokens, or NFTs for short. And in case you don't know, an NFT is a unique unit of data stored on a blockchain. So they can be used to represent, sort of reproducible items such as photos, videos, audio, and other types of digital files as unique items. And so when you buy a cryptocurrency, such as Bitcoin or Ethereum or Solana, it's kind of like buying a stock, right? It sits in your account and it fluctuates in value, but there's sort of very little you can do with it besides using it as a means to purchase something. Just like if you want to purchase a house and you need to raise a lot of cash, what some people do is they'll liquidate some of their equity holdings. You could theoretically do the same thing with your crypto tokens. NFTs are kind of another component of this crypto economy or crypto universe, and they offer some really interesting features. Hence the popularity. A lot of NFT projects now have roadmaps that can include access to private online communities, exclusive merchandise, limited edition merch, gamification, among other things. And so the chart below illustrates that for the first half of 2021, again, just through Q2, there's been nearly $2.5 billion of NFT transactions that occurred. And as I mentioned, NFTs are typically purchased using Ethereum or Sol, both of which have seen dramatic price increases this year, which makes sense because there's been so much demand for NFTs that people are buying Ethereum and Sol, typically using the Coinbase platform, and Coinbase makes fees off of that. So again, and we've seen a lot of this, even though, kind of for the first half of the year, it's really blown up over the summer, and I'll get to that in a second. And so that's why I think a lot of analysts are very bullish for the Q3 results for Coinbase. So these trends are positive catalysts for Coinbase because they lead to more transaction volume and higher commissions for the platform. So, what I would say is the activity of NFTs is it's too big to ignore. So much so that Coinbase recently announced plans to create its own NFT platform. And in less than 1 week, the NFT waitlist surpassed more than 1.4 million people. That's nuts. And you see Brian Armstrong, CEO, co-founder of Coinbase, over 1 million people just in one day. That this is an image of something he tweeted. So one thing that I want to hit home here is that Coinbase's decision to launch its own NFT marketplace should be taken very seriously, because Coinbase is actually already an investor in Opensea, which is the leading NFT marketplace, through its Coinbase Ventures business. Coinbase actually has its own venture arm where they invest in different, kind of crypto companies that offer different features. And Opensea is sort of the de facto NFT platform right now. And Coinbase is already an investor in that. But what I'm saying is they're going to launch their own NFT marketplace. So why would they do that? Well, let's dig into it, right? Although the details around Coinbase's NFT platform are kind of sparse, I mean, they basically just came out with a press release saying, hey, we're going to do this. The company's blueprint, at least as we know it right now, appears to very much mimic their crypto template. And what I mean by that is Coinbase has built a one-stop shop to buy, sell, store, and save your crypto. And so for NFTs, they've stated that they want to create a digital marketplace where you can mint, collect, discover, and showcase your NFTs all in one place. Right now, when you go on OpenSea, you got to find what NFT you want. Then you need to buy, either Ethereum or Sol or whatever. If it's OpenSea, it's Ethereum. You need to buy Ethereum on Coinbase or some other platform. Then you need to transfer that Ethereum to a wallet, link that wallet to OpenSea. There's just none of this is very difficult. but it's disparate, right? There is a way to streamline this, and Coinbase is saying, hey, we're going to build our own thing where you're already going to have your cryptocurrencies on our platform, and then you'll be able to just transfer that right over from your wallet and buy an NFT on our platform as well, and then you can trade with your friends. You're not going to have to do like 4 different things just to buy an NFT. You can do it all. They're trying to do it, sort of a one-stop shop, and so the potential revenue stream for NFTs cannot be understated. We can see that the monthly volume on Opensea doubled from 150 million in June to more than 300 million in July in this chart right here, and that actually exploded by more than 10 times in August with $3 billion of transaction volume. That's crazy. So given Coinbase is already sticky and engaged customer base, the introduction of an NFT marketplace is another lever that they can pull to cross-sell multiple products and features to generate high margin for the business, right? So let's get into some Coinbase risks. I feel like I'm kind of pumping this thing, saying that it's amazing. I cannot stress this enough. See, I got the alarms. I got you got to read this. It's in bold. You got to expect volatility in Coinbase's financials because their financial results are very highly correlated to the price cycles of cryptocurrency. So there's going to be crypto winters. There's going to be crypto flash crashes. There's going to be memes and social media that pump things up. There's going to be TikTok challenges. So if you're going to take a position in Coinbase, I believe that it should be because you have a long-term perspective on crypto adoption. I'm not saying necessarily Coinbase versus other platforms. I'm saying that you have now accepted that crypto is here to stay. But I want to tell you why this could also be a trade. This video below was on CNBC's halftime report a couple days ago. This guy, Josh Brown, I have a link to his blog, and it's free, and he has a podcast. I really, really like this guy. I think he's really smart. I highly recommend listening to the podcast, subscribing to his blog, and I very much think that you should watch this video. He makes it clear that Coinbase is a trade for him, and it's not yet an investment. But it's interesting because if you listen to his thesis for taking a position, he outlines several factors that would align with a long-term buy. And so what I'm saying here is you can trade around the stock. This is a stock that you definitely can trade around. For me, I may trim the position over time to take some money off the table, especially in a time like this where in a month I'm already up 20%. But I plan to have a long-term position overall, kind of, just for the long term, because I think that crypto is here to stay, and Coinbase is what I use. And so, if I'm already a customer, I might as well be a shareholder. Before you take a position in Coinbase, I think that you should head over to the company's education page, link here, Coinbase Learn. And you can subscribe to their free newsletter, Coinbase Bytes, where they go over kind of what's going on in the crypto universe, what tokens that and new products that they have on the platform, as well as what's driving price fluctuations in the crypto economy as a whole. I think it's really great. It's about a 5-minute read. It's sort of like a morning brew style type of newsletter if you've ever read that. And so again, highly recommend checking these 2 resources out, especially since they're free. And so for me, just to kind of wrap it up, I think a position in Coinbase is a way to gain exposure to the crypto world without having to identify a specific token such as Bitcoin or Ethereum or Sol, or a specific movement like NFTs to purchase. If you're sort of like, hey, I think crypto's here to stay, but I don't know if I want to buy NFTs. I don't know if which token I specifically want to buy, if any. I think Coinbase is a great option with top-notch management to get exposure to crypto without having to buy a specific token or asset class like NFTs. Here's a snapshot of their leadership team. You can head over to the website and kind of read about them. Again, Brian Armstrong is sort of the co-founder, CEO, super smart guy. I think his note in the S1, the CEO note, or CEO letter, I should say, in the S1, definitely worth a read. It's right there in the beginning. I will include a link to their investor relations page as well as a link to the S1. I definitely think you should check out his CEO letter to the shareholders. Again, guys, let me know what you think. Please comment. I work full time. I try to post videos as much as possible. I haven't posted any in a while. I've gotten quite busy, but I did start this newsletter. Again, it's totally free. Feel free to subscribe. Feel free to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification button, and let me know what you think. Thanks.